When you're starting a career in VFX, especially if you're aiming for 3D side, there is one department that a lot of artists choose first: Matchmove. And it makes sense. It may not be as glamorous as FX or animation, but it quietly teaches you some of the most important fundamentals in 3D. Stuff like how to work with cameras, lenses, scale, and space. And honestly, no CG shot works without it. So, what is Matchmove? Matchmove, also called camera tracking, is the process of taking a live action shot and figuring out how the camera actually moved when the shot was filmed. Then, we recreate that exact movement inside the 3D software. Why? So, we can place digital objects, characters, explosions, set extensions into the scene, and they move in perfect sync with the real world footage. If tracking is even slightly off, things slide around or feel floaty. But when it's accurate, everything looks rounded, real. Here's why Matchmove is a popular starting point, especially for beginners in 3D, because it teaches you how VFX is built from the ground up. You start working with raw footage. You open Maya or 3D Quasar and start analyzing. What lens was used? Was there any distortions? What is the scale of the environment? All those technical details help you develop a solid foundation in the VFX pipeline. And slowly, you start seeing how every department connects: layout, animation, effects, even comp. So, even if you move on to a different role later, the understanding you gain from Matchmove sticks with you. Now, let's talk about tools. The industry standard for tracking today is 3D Quasar. It's used in almost every major VFX studios around the world. Earlier, people used tools like Bojo or VFX, but over time, those have taken a backseat. 3D Quasar gives more control, better accuracy, and handles complex shots really well. Once you finish tracking, the camera data get exported to Maya or Houdini, and that's where the magic begins. So, if you're planning to learn Matchmove seriously, focus on 3D Quasar. It is the one that studio trust. Let's be honest, a lot of freshers in VFX start in Roto or Paint, and while those departments are super important, the pay is usually lower at entry level. Matchmove, on the other hand, offers slightly better pay from the start, especially if you know your tools and understand basic 3D concepts. And there's room to grow. A lot of artists who start in Matchmove later move into layout, animation, or even technical direction roles. Some becomes camera or layout supervisors. So even if you're not planning to stay in tracking forever, it's a smart place to begin. But don't get me wrong, Matchmove isn't easy. You will deal with shaky handle shots, lens distortion, motion blur, bad lighting, and sometimes no on-set data at all. You'll need a lot of patience, a sharp eye, and good troubleshooting skills. And here's the funny part. When your track is perfect, no one notices. But when it's slightly off, everyone in the pipeline feels it. It is a job where silence means success. In the VFX pipeline, Matchmove is one of the first 3D steps. You get the shots right after cleanup, before layout, animation, effects, or anything else. Your job is to make sure the CG world can sit inside the real world. Think of it like laying the invisible foundation of a building. If your base is solid, everything builds on top of it stands strong. So, even though Matchmove doesn't show up on the screen, it's literally what makes every other department's job possible. If you're still deciding where to start in VFX, especially if you're aiming for the 3D side, Matchmove is a solid entry point. You build technical skills, get comfortable with industry tools, and understand how real-world physics affect digital shots. It's also a less crowded department compared to Roto or Comp. So, if you are good, you take the time to master tracking, you'll get noticed. And the best part, from here, you can grow in almost any direction, creative or technical. So now, you know what Matchmove really is. Not just camera tracking, but a crucial part of every VFX shots. It's quiet, it's technical, and it's powerful. If you're serious about working in 3D, starting with Matchmove might be the best first step you can take. And if you're already in the journey, drop a comment and let me know what your experiences has been like. I would love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.